and welcome back here to On Deck on CSR with me, Charles Prodigy Richey, and Riis Tha Ruler right now. As we're getting ready to wrap up during the stretch. And we're getting ready to go into some NHL extra points right now. And hold on, we're going to bring my co-host back here in just a second. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, Riis. There we go. Here he is. So we're getting ready to wrap up with some NFL talk right now. Beginning with Chicago Bears and wrap up our playoff periscopes. But first, I want to get into real quickly. Riis, did you happen to see the recent video by First Take that was going viral within the last 2-3 days? Skip Bayless sharing his criticism, which he kind of hesitated on, but came out just a little bit too strong on Dak Prescott. Did you get a chance to watch that clip with him and Shan Sharp this past week?
Yeah, and I think it was inconsiderate of him. You know, it's kind of hard to tell somebody how to grieve and how to deal with a certain situation. Football is football, but, you know, family definitely, you know, becomes first, and I think Skip should understand that as well. I really kind of see what he was trying to say, but I just think he really said it wrong. I think he was just trying to say that, you know, you understand that your brother's gone and all that, but, you know, you are an NFL quarterback, you know, kind of get your head in the game. But, you know, it's kind of a gray area on how you could tell someone how to grieve in that situation. So I don't think you have a say-so, but he definitely put his foot in his mouth. What do you think about it?
You know what, I understand what Skip Bayless was trying to say. Listen, I don't think it was all that bad, but the problem is you got to realize, too, look at the times that we're in right now when we're looking at, like, protests, fight for social justice, Black Lives Matter. I mean, we're in the 21st century. This is not the 90s anymore where we could rip into athletes for having a poor performance or making lame excuses. No, I think as a society, we have come to be a little bit more sympathetic with things happening outside as we're striving for change. I mean, you see a lot of people right now, I mean, just going back and forth right now, and it makes me sick to my stomach. Listen, you know what? I really don't care anymore about people who want to, like, throw up their Trump card and, like, say, like, well, you're disrespecting people who served, like, in the war, or, like, or people taking a knee or whatever. No, my thing is, listen, different strokes for different folks. It's a little bit more times to, like, accept things, just move forward. I mean, of course, you want to, like, support one another, try and give himself some help. You also got to remember, too, Dak Prescott, he also lost his mom about 7 years ago, too, to, like, cancer as well. But his brother, too, he said he pretty much just took his own life. And this was, like, around, I think, the start of the pandemic right there. So I think which explains Dak's unusual activity back in April, you may recall, during the scare of the pandemic when it first started off. I think this was like around Easter weekend. Him and his teammates, I think Ezekiel Elliott was there, a few teammates, friends, they were having like a party right there. And I remember a lot of people were like thinking, like, why are you doing this right now? Trying to get a contract. But I understand it too. And the problem is, I think where Skip Bayless is saying that, if you look at Jerry Jones, the ultimate X factor, unfortunately, and I like Jerry Jones as like a football executive, but there's just times though where he could just be like just awkward at times, just not like really connecting. I mean, it's just like he's a stubborn guy right there, and
Definitely.
I mean, the actors never really truly warmed up to each other. So, I mean, that's where I see Skip Bayless going a little bit hard out, a little bit cautious with the win, because you're playing for a team that's always in the spotlight. But I understand that people are going for some healing times right now and trying to get some things changed.
That's mental health. People always say mental health is real. So when someone is dealing with something like that, you got to know that that's messing up with their mental. That's why I say that Skip Bayless was wrong for that. Like, I understand, like, he should have kind of been more sympathetic and understand that. I understand that you are, grieving or anything, but the Cowboys need you. So We need you to, come and give us the Dak Prescott that we need, and go out there and take those feelings for your brother and leave him out on the field. You see how I said that? It's a little bit more sympathetic than the way that he put it. You need to be ready to play and all this, but I just think that he said it wrong. Like I kind of understand what he meant, but he said it wrong.
Yeah, no, he definitely said it wrong. I think his concern was like, did we have to go public with it and like say it at this time and try to explain what happened? I think that's where he was more or less coming from that point, from that perspective. Not saying to be open, but when you're doing it, I guess the timing of it, where he's being caught up in it right now, and you see teams and people trying to move forward. I think that's where he's coming in from. But again, this is a not surprising track record of Skip Bayless. I mean, like always, like choosing to like use like like to critique people. Remember Skip Bayless? We understand his situation, how he grew up. I mean, definitely like a well caliber expertise, but he ain't afraid to like use some like little name calling on athletes who struggle in clutch moments. We've seen this a lot of times in his career.
Yeah, that's what he's known for. Like he always call LeBron James out a lot and things like that. And sometimes LeBron James delivers, sometimes they don't. So, but Skip Bayless, I don't think that he's a racist or any like a bad person or anything. I just think he misspoke, and I think if he could take it all over again, then he can actually say how he meant to say it.
Yeah, I mean, the only problem is at the end of the day, he knew it was kind of wrong to like. I mean, if you're hesitant about like saying something, why would you go out there and put it out there then, knowing that you're going to get criticized? And here I kind of knew he was going to expect like some sort of heat coming with that territory at the end of the day. So let's go ahead and
but that's how he really feel.
Yeah, no, I believe so. Trust me, I understand that. Check it out right now, especially around the league right now. We got the Chicago Bears opened up tomorrow. Their season will get started on the road in Detroit, taking on the Lions right now. Where I heard beginning of last week, or the end of the previous week, I think before the cut, that Mr. Trubisky was going to be the starter for the Bears season. It didn't look like plain simple that Nick Foles did enough to take the job away from Mitch during training camp. Of course, that's a little bit still skeptical to say when you have no preseason. I truly believe if there was a preseason going on right now, that if we would have had at least one, maybe two games, and if they would have went through with it, you'd probably be looking at Nick Foles as your quarterback for this team. I don't know about you.
Nope. Remember, I told you always, you cannot make Nick Foles your starting quarterback because Nick Foles, because you drafted up for Trubisky, he's your number 2 pick. You have to treat him like that. Put some fire underneath him, sure. But I felt like that we could have done something other with that money. We go out and draft Nick Foles. Everyone is always hyped out about Nick Foles, and we give him $20+ million to sit on the bench. But when we could have got Cam Newton for $1 million. So it's like, it's things like that I question, like, what are they doing? Like, you're trying to tell me that it's a better investment to get Nick Foles for $20+ million a year than to get Cam Newton for 1 year for $1 million. That right there, I definitely don't understand. But I told everybody, like, Trubisky should be the starting quarterback. He has to be the starting quarterback, or we blew a pick. That's either that. So I see now what it is we got a good backup, I guess. If anything goes wrong, of course, Nick Foles will come in.
Yeah, and speaking of which, going into tomorrow's matchup, the Bears will be having 4 out of 4 of their starters listed on the injury report. 8 players total altogether. Got quite a few that are questionable to go tomorrow, which is including third season with the Bears, Khalil Mack right now, who has a knee injury. He was limited in practice all week right now. He is questionable to go for tomorrow's matchup, as well as outside linebacker Robert Quinn. You also have starting running back Dave Montgomery. And then you also got on there too, Jermaine Ifedi, right guard, dealing with triceps. He's questionable despite being a full participant in this game. The Lions, on the meanwhile, going into tomorrow's game, they have got about 10 players listed on this report right now. Remember, the Bears, last time they were in Detroit, it was on Thanksgiving right there. Trubisky had a grinded out whale of a game on Thanksgiving. But I got to tell you, for right now, for this first game, I won't be surprised if the Lions get an upset to start this off, especially when you got Matt Stafford returning.
No, I actually got the Bears winning this one. You know, they starting off. I don't think we were a good team 2 years ago. We just changed, and a lot of pieces had to change. And I think that we can come back and be the same team. Trubisky definitely needs to be our starting quarterback. We have to, guys, and we have to believe in him, trust our process. But we cannot baby him. I believe that if we want to treat Trubisky like that, then he got to come out there, and we got to allow him to throw the ball.
Yeah, but the only problem is, too, I mean, the only thing that's a little shaky, I mean, they still need to get the run game corrected. You got to have a lot of people around that happening. Yeah, give him some legitimate protection right there. The offensive line could still show some signs of shakiness right there. And I just – that's the only problem, though. I mean, Matt Nagy continues to prove he's adamant about not running the ball. I mean, he seems to want to, force it with the throwing. I truly believe, I mean, if the Bears, you got to watch out, too. And not only that, one guy, pay attention to in this game, you never know if he could make some key, third down conversions right there, keep the ball moving, the control of time possession. Adrian Peterson right now, who was actually cut last week by the Washington football team, he finds a home right now, his second team in the NFC North altogether, now with the Detroit Lions right there, a guy who's still hanging around. Do you think at any point we could see this guy sneak up on the Bears in a crucial situation?
No, I don't think that, and not at all. I believe that. I don't know. Detroit is just not that team that always make it. They always just the average 500 team. You know, they're never really too good. They're let's just win every blue moon. So I just believe that the Bears just going to come out there and I believe that we take them. I say 24-17 is the score.
24-17. I'm going to go with tomorrow. I'm predicting possibly a loss. I'm just not feeling it right now. Listen, I just really believe right now, I mean, as one person made to me, I think one guy, Paul Campos, who I still interact with, he was even saying that it kind of benefits Trubisky to not be in the preseason, not have any preseason games, because he'd be under a lot more spotlight, a lot more fans would probably be a lot more airing out frustration watching them. He'd probably be taking a lot more heat and probably do something with his confidence. So I'm going to go ahead, give me the Detroit Lions in this one. I am going to go with 21-17 favor of the Lions, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and take a look around the league right now as we look at real quickly. Who do you got in your playoff Periscope for this year? Remember, it's going to be 7 teams apiece in each conference for this year. Who do you got in the NFC division winners starting with?
So let me get a look. So in the divisions, I'm sorry, I need to look at it. I need to actually look at the divisions per se. So I'm gonna go with the North. What do we got in the North? In the North, I think the actual Green Bay takes the North. I think so. I'm gonna start from the AFC. AFC East, I got New England. New England takes that one. The NFC North, I'm still going to give to the Ravens. The AFC, the AFC South, you know, I will say Houston, Texas, but the way they played, I'm gonna actually go out on a limb and I'm gonna say that this year this will be the Tennessee Titans division, and with the AFC West, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. That's 4, in my 3 wild card teams, I'm gonna take. I guess I take. Give me Pittsburgh, the Houston Texans, and maybe the Las Vegas Raiders. I take them, and then in the NFC, I got the Cowboys for the East. I got the Green Bay, unfortunately, for the North. I got New England edging out over Tampa by 1 game in the South, and I have in the West I have the Seahawks. In the West I have the 49ers. And my 3 teams that will be in the wild card, I'm gonna take the Seahawks, Tampa, and the Bears.
Okay, nice one. I like the pick where you got the Las Vegas Raiders right there, then the Titans snagging the AFC South. I can definitely see that happening, especially as the Texans trying to figure out life moving on from DeAndre Hopkins right there. Made a valiant effort down the stretch, but they let that game get away, I think, late in the third quarter in that game. He's just put clamps on them. For the NFC, I'm going to start with them. For the NFC North, go ahead and give me the Vikings. I think the Vikings probably snag the division and upset. NFC East, I'll go with the Cowboys. I expect this to be a bounce-back year. I think it's going to come down to the Cowboys and Eagles and the NFC East. I mean, watch the NFL football team going for their transition this year. Just change the name, pathetic. But we'll see. Giants, I'm not really sold on just yet. Still got a long ways to go, especially with Joe Judge, rookie head coach right now, who hardly had any coaching experience at any NFL level whatsoever. NFC South, give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think they're going to go ahead and pull that from the Saints. I just really like the fact that Brady's got a lot more. He's in a better spot, better weapons. Yes, he's 43 years old, but he still managed to throw for a little over 4,000 yards passing. And I really believe they can make some stuff work right there. Got a legitimate tandem right there. Mike Evans, I know he's a little bit questionable to start off tomorrow. I think they open up against the Saints, if I'm not mistaken, on that game. So, yeah, they'll be starting off tomorrow. Saints Bucks tomorrow at 3:25 p.m. I want to say that's going to be nationally televised on Fox Sports. That's a good game to tune into right there. And then for the NFC West, give me the 49ers once again. I'll give them the division. And then the 3 wild cards and that one, give me the Bears, Packers, and then the Saints probably. I would say, or the Seahawks.
No Seahawks there. No Seahawks. Okay.
I mean, we'll see. A lot can happen with there, but I just feel like right now, I mean, the Bears got something to prove. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and give them the benefit of the doubt, and we'll find out. For the AFC, I'm going to still go ahead and give me the Ravens for the AFC North. I feel like the Steelers, I mean, they can. I mean, it's going to all be on how well they protect Ben Roethlisberger, how well is he trying to finally get his stride, and how much he could be patient with the running game. I mean, you got guys playing a rookie in their rookie year contracts right now. I mean, trying to play for long-term stability, which I doubt. And Juju Smith-Schuster, James Conner, got a good defense. Know what they can do. The only thing is, I hope they're not having a carryover from the end of last season. But we'll find out about that. Got very good potential. AFC East. Go ahead and give me. I'll trust the Bills. I'll trust the Bills will win the AFC East. This will finally be their year. AFC South.
Over New England?
I think so. I mean, the New England Patriots got about 8 players out for the season. You got 3 of them which on starters, a pair of linemen, and you got 1 defensive player, Dante Hightower. He's opting out due to COVID-19 for this season. They got the most players opting out. A lot of their guys, the 5 other players, are bench guys. So you got to be a little bit concerned with depth. But I do believe the New England Patriots got enough to be a playoff team. For the AFC South, give me the Colts. I think Phillip Rivers is going to do fine in his first year with with the Colts. And he's going to be playing indoors more or less throughout the season. So he'll have a little bit more of a better advantage, too, be looked after. And then give me the Chiefs, of course, and the AFC West. 3 wildcard teams. I'll definitely go with the Steelers. Also, give me the AFC East. Give me the Patriots. And then last but not least, for your final wildcard team in that region, I will say give me the Texans. And that's my Periscope for this year. So what you got going on for game day, Riis, before we head on out here?
I'm going to go ahead, man. I'm just going to barbecue a little bit. If it's slow down, I'm going to barbecue a little bit, and then I'm just going to watch me a couple of games, man. I'm ready for it. I got the what you call that? The red zone. I got the red zone, so I'm going to go ahead and just do the red zone.
Nice. Yeah, I'm going to be watching from Sunday NFL Ticket for this season. I'm going to be watching from home. I'm just a little bit skeptic about going like a sports bar and watching my team that way, what I've been usually doing. So I'm going to just be a little bit more careful with that. I mean, my gym is an exception, but like during the year, I'm still interested to see how that's going to be spread out and like how much max capacity people you can have. So that's all. I've already been kind of like prepared ahead on that curve right there. But anyway, that's going to do it for this edition here of On Deck on CSR. Once again, you catch us every Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com. Riis, once again, can you plug where they can follow you on social media?
Follow me on Facebook, Kimo Sabi, middle name Big Ball, and there's my last name Hobby. You can follow me on all other social medias at I Screw Out Not Out Bolt. That's ISCR3 INUTIBOLT. All other social networks. Catch me Wednesday, y'all. Facebook Live. Follow me. Follow me. And tell them about your Man of Steel.
And then you can also follow me again on social media on Twitter and Instagram at Prodigy Richey. For the Man of Steel podcast, thank you very much. You could definitely check me out on Mondays and Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll also be doing a Sunday game preview coming up on Sundays of the game, usually. So starting tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. You can follow the Man of Steel podcast on Twitter at Man of Steel CGR, at Man of Steel Nation on Facebook and Instagram. So for Charles, Prodigy Richey, and Riis Tha Ruler, as we always leave you, closing out here on CSR, don't be trolling, be rolling, we gone.
We out.
Thanks a lot, Riis.
He's got it. That's a winner.